Let's talk about Normal, the new film from John Wick creator Derek Kolstad and Bob Odenkirk, starring Odenkirk, Lena, Headey, and Henry Winkler, directed by Ben Wheatley from Magnolia Pictures. As always, this review will be spoiler-free, but if you prefer to see the film in its entirety before hearing any commentary about it, please feel free to close this video out. I would ask that you bookmark it first so that you can return to it later. Then come on back and watch this after you've seen the film. I certainly wouldn't blame anybody for assuming going into Normal that they would be getting something akin to what Bob Odenkirk and Derek Kolstad have given us before, namely Nobody and Nobody 2. But that assumption would only prove superficially correct, in the sense that there are two elements that have become signature for this particular dynamic duo of filmmaking that are part of Nobody and Nobody 2 that are also present in Normal. One is Bob Odenkirk's deadpan delivery. The other is a very, very high body count. The rest of the film is markedly different from those other films, and I am very happy to report, very enjoyable. It is just bloody, silly mayhem. A few things set Normal apart from the other films where Bob Odenkirk and Derek Kolstad have teamed up, namely Nobody and Nobody 2. One is genre. For a good part of its first act, Normal sets up a mystery. It plants its character in an unfamiliar place, and that character, almost against his will, against his better judgment, starts to notice things aren't quite right and is drawn into trying to figure out what exactly is going on. And that may seem like it's a little slow for audiences who were expecting something more like the breakneck pace of the Nobody movies, but trust me when I tell you that when all hell breaks loose in this film, it will much more resemble the experience you were expecting. Some other highlights I want to point out. One is the way the action is directed and scripted. And I said at the beginning, there's a high body count in this, but the way some people die here, it's more akin to a Final Destination movie than anything else. It is just silly at times. And that is part of the dark humor that is pervasive throughout this entire film. Also, in terms of performances, I loved what I saw from Henry Winkler here. He is definitely playing against type. If you know his reputation in Hollywood, he is considered one of the nicest people working in the industry today. That's not what he's doing here. Also, Lena Headey, our erstwhile Queen Cersei from Game of Thrones, in a handful of scenes, but all of them impactful, all of them important to this story. So keep an eye out for those. If I have reservations about the film, it's pacing in that first hour. Also, the turn the film takes for its third act does feel a little bit forced. I almost got the sense that maybe Kolstad felt like he wrote himself into a corner and he had to do something to get the film to the finish line. But those are minor concerns. I'm going to stop there before I give anything else away. Normal is rated R. It definitely earns that rating for violence, language, some gore. Please be mindful of that if you are bringing younger audiences. It is in theaters on April 17th. You can find more Film Buff Unplugged reviews and videos on Substack. Just head to fbunplugged.substack.com and subscribe for free. That way you won't miss a single post. We also have a channel on YouTube. Head to youtube.com/@FilmBuffUnplugged, all one word. Please give us a like on Facebook, and if you're on TikTok, you can find my review videos and more by searching for @FelixAlbuerne Jr., all one word. Thanks for watching.